Here. Oh, hello. I'm gonna open up Cinema 4D now. Okay. Where is it? Desktop. Ta-da! Open. I guess I want to start a new one, eh? Buildings. Jeez, what a derp. I gotta say goodnight to someone. Let me start playing some music. This is a good one. I made 2 playlists on YouTube that feature the music I play on my streams. If anyone's interested, there are 2 playlists with them. So in case you're wondering. Yeah. This is a really cool mix I used to listen to back in 2015. Sorry, I've been texting. I should get started. Now, if I remember correctly, what I have to do is kind of like something weird. In which, how do I do this? I need to get this out. The problem is I need to do this more often because I'll figure it out and then I'll forget. So if I put the bool in here and I put this in there, I move the cube. No, it needs to be like this. And then this cube needs to be part of that one. Okay. I just need to practice from like something smaller. So if I take 2 of these and make this one smaller. Okay. So, oops. I even forgot how to move. It's like, oh yeah, you hold down Alt and then you can kind of move like around. Man, I'm still pretty derpy about it though. Okay, whatever, I'll just use these for now. So if I add a bool, I'm booling. So if I add this, and this is the small cube. Small cubes, just so I know. I put the small cube inside the bool. And then I put this in there. No, I want to put this cube in the bool. There. Okay. Got it. So the small cube has to be... But if I put this one up here, and it goes the other way around, so the smaller cube needs to be lower than that cube. I think I got it now. Okay. So I need to make one that's like big and tall like this. To make it a building. And then I spawn another cube to make windows. So I'll make these windows like, oops. I actually want it to be here, and then I want to make the windows this. Maybe. What if I did it differently? Like, what if I made floors in it? I went like... And then I need a repeater, I think. I'm not sure where to get that. I'm still texting someone like on and off, that's why it's a bit derpy. Okay, cool. Where's a repeater at? Or a cloner. Weird. Okay. See, I've completely forgotten how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to, put the cube in the cloner. Oh, okay, that's what the problem was. That looks pretty cool in and of itself right there. So let's say I put that inside there. And then I get a bool out. Wait, let me make this one transparent so I can see what's happening. I think this would help me out a little bit. I think what I want to do is make the cube a little bit taller. Something like that. Just listening, by the way. Okay, cool, thanks. I mean, I guess I could have it go out the bottom. There's not a problem with that. Cube, object, 180, oops, 195, make this one 195, There. And then I go like this. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to and then I'm going to take back, hey Noodles, what's up? And I'm going to put this cube inside the bool, followed by this cloner. Actually, it's got to be the other way around. No, like this. So just to let you know, Noodles, what I'm doing is I'm creating stuff on this thing, which it's like a Cinema 4D. It's Cinema 4D, sorry. It is Cinema 4D, and it's sort of a, how do I explain? It's hard for me to explain because I'm actually doing something. Yeah, it's like Blender. It's just a 3D rendering software, basically. If I make these cubes smaller, what I could do then, if I'm thinking about this right, if I'm being pretty fancy about this for sure. Bring it back. Make this 0. I want to have these be size 210, I think. Is that right? No, that's not right. Cube. If I make this cube 210, then it should protrude by 5 centimeters, which is what I want. And then coordinates. Okay, the coordinates are fine. What I want to do next is add more instances. So if I add 50. Oh, whoa, look at that. That's cool. Holy crap, that's awesome. Okay. Sorry. Linear. I want them to go like this direction. Like I want more on either side. Where would I get that? So I can increase the count, but I don't want more that way. I want in different directions. Oh, grid array. Maybe that'll work. Does that work? Kind of. Alright. So if I increase this number, they'll go up. I'm gonna want 10. I think. I'm gonna want like maybe 6 going this way. Problem is I need them to line up. So how do I increase the different distance between them? Like this. Okay. Let's just up it. And ideally they should line up down here. Like where this one lines up. I mean that would be ideal, but I don't know if I can do that. It's a bit weird. It's a little bit weird. I mean that looks like a cool building right there, but it's not what I'm looking for. Like I need to make these cubes a bit smaller. I need the cubes to be the same size. If I can base it off that. So these cubes are... Wrong cube. I'm going to assume that these cubes are the same height as they were in here. So if I lower this, okay, it looks like they are. I just can't tell if they're perfect. Is that perfect? How close is that? That's about as close as it's ever going to get, right? Alright, now let's just make sure it equals up. So I need to decrease the distance between them, which will of course mess up my measurement, maybe. Yeah, it will. Make it so it's perfect. Like that. Man, this is hard. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. You know? I just want a building with rooms in it, but I don't think it's that simple. Decrease the distance between those. I don't want there to be much distance. I guess I have to increase the number. And then decrease the amount until it matches how I want. Kinda like that, I guess. But I want like the windows to be see-through in a way. Oh, it's so difficult. Am I just not putting enough time into it? Is that what my problem is? You know what? I got an idea. Go over there. These will be the rooms. I did it. Alright, let me copy this. Let me get this out of view. I don't want to look at that. Figured it out. Copy. Simple enough. And then just rotate it. 90 degrees. Is that right? Oops, it's in the bool. Oops, there we go. So what I'm thinking is that each of these will be a room, and then I'm gonna put a glass over all of them. I did it. All right. Let me make these a bit better then. Let's see if we could do better. Now, why is this in the wrong place? Oh, I removed the wrong thing from the bool. There we go. Okay, cool. Right. Cloner cube. I need to increase them both by the same amount. So let me make this invisible. I want to make this one perfect, and then I can just clone it again. I want it to be like this, I guess. I want to decrease the distance between them vertically. Ideally, kind of like this. Let me pull up a picture of it. No, I just opened Photoshop. No. It takes so long to open and lags my whole computer. Please. No, I don't want it open. No. No. Stop. No. Messing everything up. I should focus on the task manager, because honestly that's what I want to open. The heck is it? Photoshop. It's going to be called Adobe Photoshop. Yep. In task. Bye. Goodness. I just want to click on this. Alright. Buildings at night. Images. I can't look at them at night. Glass buildings. Okay. So generally speaking, the glass, little bits in between the glass are very small. So I guess I could go like this. That would be fine. Now I think I need to add another count though to make am I upside down? I was. Okay. Oh my god. Freaking thing. Okay. So my plan is to add another. I'll make him 11. Increase the distance between them. And that should nearly fill up the entire building. I think. What I would say. Cool. I think that looks good. So I'm going to copy that again and then rotate it. There. Okay, cool. And now what I'm thinking is move this down here. What I'm thinking, no, it's fine, it's fine. So I will go ahead and connect these objects. Bam. And then put them inside the bool. And now you have this, which is ideal. And then I'm going to copy the cube inside here, and then I'm going to make it super thin, move it over to 2 centimeters off, and then I'm going to copy it, and then rotate these all 90 degrees. This one's going to get 180, and it's going to be moved to negative 92. And then this final one's going to be rotated like... Oh. No, which one? Oh. This one needs to be at... Oh yeah. Has to be at 0x and 89. That way. Okay, cool. And then... So which one is still here? That one's there, this one's here, this one... What? How many of these are there? This one, this one, this one. Alright, screw it, we'll just do this one. Negative 98. Bam. And then I'm going to create a new material, make it reflectant, and then make it a, which one is it called? No, it's like, I think it's this one. No, it's not. It's, it's not, is it? Is it this one? This. This? Ward Beckman. Reflection strength. Okay. That'll be fine. I'm going to put that on these 4. And then it'll become reflective. And then I'm going to take that other texture off of these. And then what that'll do, it'll make it like glass, reflective like glass. It looks a little bit derpy right now, but I'm sure it'll look fine in a second. It's because this thing is it's a new material. I'll just make it black and semi-reflect it. Where the heck is that cube? What is this cube? Oh, it's that one. Or is it? One of these doesn't belong. This one doesn't belong. So then, for these two, it'd be black, I think. And I think what we'll get, something like this. And I also want to make this transparent. Somewhat transparent. And if I copy this thing, move it over here, and start putting them around, like all over the place, they should reflect each other. Like, can you see that reflection in that one? Okay, you kind of can. More or less. Let me just make something that it could reflect. Like this tree that I'm gonna make. Look, it's gonna be a beautiful tree. Color green. And then a new crappy tree. Maybe another, and then make it brown. And then see what it looks like if they all try and reflect that. Okay, so you can kind of see it. Let's make it look nice. Where is it? It's physical sky. And then we will put in a floor. And then I'll make the floor like a brown, a light, I'll make it like a really light green. And then change the physical sky. Or let's just see what it looks like this. Not half bad. It's a little bit derpy. But if I, oops. If I go like this and you're looking up at them, I'll reduce the crappiness of this tree a little bit. You put a bunch around. And then I turn on the rendering. You'll see it's reflective somewhat. So that's cool, right? Take a sip of my drink. Okay. So if I select all of these and move them up one block, they look kind of stupid. There. Basically, this is just a test run to see what it looks like. I don't think it looks half bad. I know I could make the reflective a bit better. Let me see what I can do to make it look nicer. And I will increase the reflection. What's specular? Strength. Let's see what that looks like. Go ahead and let me see what it looks like when it is dark outside. Huh. It looks cool, but it looks too much like they're just reflecting the sky. I think it needs to be a little bit more rough. Is what I'm thinking. Also, the buildings need like lights on them, so if I added some lights, and let's see what that would look like if I just started putting lights around. Shadow. I mean, we decrease the strength of all these lights. And then I also want to see what it looks like if I put a light inside one of these buildings. Inside a room, for example. And then turn on. See what that looks like. Trying to figure out what's wrong with my Minecraft. Okay. Sounds good to me. Technically, these should be hollow. I didn't know you were still here, Sorry, Noodles. Thanks for still being here. It's appreciated. You seem very responsible, Noodles. I could easily see you as a mod, but obviously I'll go for the you still have to play the game first kind of thing. But just letting you know. That's just the impression I get from you. So if I put this light forward a little bit, but not outside, what does that look like? Nothing. I can't see inside there. Or can I? Just this thing was doing some work. No worries. Still appreciate it. Transparency details, shadow cast or fall off. Let's fall off. I should make all of them fall off, I think. The heck did I just do? Yeah, no problem. Let me turn the sky back on. Now the only thing I have a problem with is that I feel as though these aren't transparent enough. So if I just make them transparent like this. Like 100% transparent. I think this bool could be a bit different actually. I'm curious what this thing on the inside looks like. So if I move it back and then turn it on, what does that look like? I mean, it's still not transparent though. So like if I take the light outside of it and then render it, it looks like that. But it doesn't seem to want to come through that. What is this? What surface is this? Let me make all the lights invisible. And then I'm gonna have to save this, open a new one, add a cube, make it smaller, And then make another cube. I should have done this first. I shall make this one small. Put this one here. This one here. And then make it 180. Do you have Terraria? Yeah, I do actually. I'd be willing to play sometime. I suck at Terraria though. Just FYI. Okay, cool. New material. Transparency. Yep, reflectance. Oh, maybe I can just make it. Oh no, I have to edit it. I have to edit them both in here, I guess. Sure, Minecraft just isn't. Sure, Minecraft doesn't work at all. So there's only a little Minecraft native launcher. I had that problem, but I fixed it somehow. Somehow I got it working. I would try and look up like Minecraft won't update or something. Now the problem is how, tell me your ways. Let me see. Let me look it up. Unable to update the Minecraft native launchers. Basically, online it says. They say to update Java. So I'm not sure if that would work for you, but that's what they say online, I guess. Reflecting in there. Kind of. Barely. Let me turn transparency off and see what it looks like. It's not reflecting. Screwed it up. Let me try again. Reflectance. Reflection legacy. Reflection strength. Roughness. Apply it to this. Oh, it is working. More or less. Okay. Now what if I made it transparent? What would happen then? Nope. Okay, I'm updating it. Okay. Sounds good. Absorption color. Additive. That's how you do it. Okay. So I need to edit this. Transparency additive. Hey look, it works! Yeah, man! That's so satisfying. Is this light 3? Shadow details color. You still here, Tiger? I'm just curious. Maybe it doesn't work, I don't know. Wait, I think it might have been because it was on the outside. If I put it in there... No, it doesn't work. You kidding me? Man, I was so excited. Let me edit this some more then. Put this back in there. Edit. Transparency. No color. No. Texture absorption color. Black? No. Heck. Let me look up something, okay? What's this? Okay, let's see if it works. Let's see. That was a really not helpful thread at all. Additive, okay. I want it to be additive, yeah. And then maybe I can turn down reflective strength. No? Weird. So I have to make the reflection the same color as the transparency. No. It worked. How did I do it? Reflective color. Why make this black? Make the transparency black. Color, reflectance, transparency. Maybe that'll work. No, it makes the whole thing disappear. Oops. Maybe I can set the transparency color to that. Ah, I did it! Yeah. Nice. Oops, delete that. What confuses me is why this is only like a couple inches thin. A little bit frustrating. Who's here? I have one viewer. I think Noodles left or something, 'cause updating it, but I don't know who's here. Let me check something. Okay. My channel. Okay. Huh, okay. So this was all nice and good, but there's one problem, and that's, well, obviously. So I'm gonna make a new one, and then try again. Okay, I need a cloner. I think that looks good. There, I think that looks okay. Now I'm gonna twist it. Why won't it work? Like, I want it to be about 90. Type it. Except I don't actually want them on the very first floor. So grams I had to measure. However, living better now. She sweater now. Drop top BMs, I'm the man, girlfriend. Straight up, honey, really, I'm asking. Most of these niggas think they be macking, but they be acting. Who they attracting with that line? Move these out of the way. As soon as he buy that line, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your
numbers to dial. You gon' be here for a while. I'm gon' call my crew. You gon' call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Plans to leave. Throw the keys to little C's. Pull the truck up front and roll up the next blunt so we can steam on the way to the telly. Go fill my belly. A T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right, boo?
Oh. Trying to figure out what I just did.
Mansion and Benzes giving ends to my friends and it feels stupendous. Tremendous cream, fuck $1 and a dream. Still tote gat strapped with infrared beams. Chopping O's, smoking line optimals, money holes and
Now this is a problem.
I had to find the buried treasure. So grams I had to measure. However, living better now. She sweater now. Drop top BMs, I'm the man, girlfriend. So grams I had to measure. However, living better now. She sweater now. Drop top BMs, I'm the man, girlfriend.
Alright, what if I connected all of these objects? That's gonna lag for a second. Make another bool. And put that inside that. So who's still here? I don't know. Is it Tiger? Man, it takes so long when it's all crazy and like this. It's gonna lag. Or is it Noodles that's here? I don't know. An email, I guess. I'll check that. I don't have my live stream open. I don't know it, do I? Okay. It should be working. I'm not sure why it isn't. Size of it. Put the bool under it. Try that. Rip doesn't work. Oh, man. That's lame. Because there's two here or something? Maybe it was working. I don't know. That sucks. Man, that's garbage. Well, I'm still working on this. I almost got it figured out. I had to ditch the old one because there wasn't actually rooms inside of it. This should work now. In case you were interested in what I was doing. The problem is now it's just like a shell. It doesn't actually have anything inside of it. Problem I see. A little bit frustrating. So let's try again. Gotta start small. If I did this. And then I cloned this. Bring this down. And then it doesn't work where they overlap is the problem. That's the issue. Is Doodle still here? I feel annoying for asking, but I'm just curious. Like, is it glitched? Is there actually one person watching, or do I have it like pulled up on my phone and that's the problem? So confused. Nobody's here. It's so lonely. Turn the music up a little bit. Let's see. If I added a cube. I guess what I could do is I could go like this. Make it smaller. Like that. And make this relatively transparent. I can see what I'm doing. Make it a little bit smaller. There. I think that's an appropriate size. And then I clone it, I guess. There. Oh, I have to go to bed. I'll try to figure out what's wrong. Okay, well, no worries, even if you can't, you know. Thanks for staying, you know, most people don't. Have a good night, Noodles. I should go to bed too, honestly. Pretty soon, at least. Something. Okay. Alright, I'll turn this first one. 180. Negative 95. Turn this one. 90. Make it 0. And then copy this one. Negative 95. Is that good? Okay, both of those are actually out of the thing. So if I go like this, should be better. I know it's gonna look derpy, but I'm actually gonna move it over because I want to see what happens when they interact. There. Right there. Okay, let's combine all of these. Yeah, okay, where they overlap is a problem. Who's here? I'm Oh, maybe I could delete these. Inside bits. Maybe not. I don't know.
Which
I can to use left extrude and push them into each polygon. So I'm going to press M to get this window and then X. And this is to make much more complex extrusions, but what I can do is turn steps to 1, turn rotation down to nothing, and then it's just going to scale it. And rather than that, I'm going to undo that so it doesn't scale out, and I'll just drag left. And then it's just going to make 1 steps. I'm going to do a matrix extrude and push them into each polygon. So I'm going to press M to get this window and then X. And this is to make much more complex extrusions, but what I can do is turn steps to 1, turn rotation down to nothing, and then it's just going to scale it. And rather than that, we're going to undo that so it doesn't scale out, and I'll just drag left. And then it's just going to make 180% scale all around extrusion here. And what I can do is press E to get back to my move tool, and then I'm going to press D for extrude, and then I'm going to drag left, and I can pull those in all around extrusion here. And what I can do is press E to get back to my move tool, and then I'm going to press D for extrude. And then I'm going to drag left, and I can pull those in. And we grab these edges, which is fine. I kind of like that there's little windows here, but before that part, if you wanted to not have those, you could just grab specific ones or rings of polygons to get all sorts of designs for windows. Now, these are the windows, and what's nice about this technique is I already have them selected, so I can save this selection to use later for texturing by doing select set selection, or by pressing Shift-C and then typing in set selection and double-clicking on set selection right here. And what that's going to do is save this selection, and I can rename it windows. And what this does, if I go back to my move tool and click off, what this will let me do is at any point double click that little tag, and then I can re-grab those windows that I selected. So what I can do now with this building is I'm going to go to my model tool, and this is already one little block of a building, so I can make 2 textures. I'm going to just make a main black texture for kind of some steel, so I'll double click and go to that texture, and for color I'll do dark gray, and I'll add reflection and turn on Fresnel and put the brightness at like 10, so it's just a little reflective, and to mix strength down to like 25. And then I'm going to drop that onto my object, and that's going to texture a whole building. So now if I wanted to texture just the windows, I'll make another texture. So I'll just double click down here, and let's make one that looks like windows. So I'm going to just actually turn off color, and for transparency, turn that on and put refraction at 1.52. So it looks like glass. And then what I can do is drag this one also onto my cube and set the selection to windows, because we made that windows selection tag. And if I zoom in here and now do a Command R, we can see that we have the main texture, and then on the windows we have just the window texture, and it's seeing straight through. And we could make that transparency a little blurry. We'll put this at like 1 or 2, so it's not completely absolutely transparent glass, but we get a little bit of haze going on. And now at this render, if we just quickly check on ambient occlusion in our render settings and take a look at this, I'm going to swing around, we can see that we're already getting some nice work here. We have all these beams that look like a building and the windows cut in, and we're getting nice detail because of this two-step extruding process. Now we have our main cube, so I just double click this and rename this stack. And what we could do if we want a bigger one is I'm going to hold command and drag up, and that's going to make a copy when I let go of the mouse. And then I can just scale this one down with T and do the same thing, hold command and drag up and duplicate and scale down. And then very quickly we have a whole skyscraper. And what I could do is just grab some cylinders and put some posts on the top. So I'll just grab a cylinder, scale this down and make it taller. So it's the top post here that's going out the top. And same idea, I could duplicate this by holding command and dragging up and then just scale this down so we get a nice little antenna on the top. And we can grab both of those and put them in a group. So I'll do Option G and call this antenna. And then I'll make a similar texture and just make it white. So I'll drag down here with command, double click, and for color, just change this to white. And then I can drag it onto this antenna group that I have. So just drag it there, and I can look from the top view and hold command and drag to make a copy. So very quickly, within a matter of minutes, we have a whole little building that we can build out and get a start on a skyscraper and a city. Now, another thing that's nice about these techniques is we have this main stack, and that could be the start of any building. So if we wanted to duplicate this, we could just duplicate this first stack, and I'll call this maybe office for office building. And I can drag this out, and I'll just press T and scale this to the left, and we can just get a whole different building, maybe scale that down. And then I can grab everything else except that, and I'll do Option G and call this building 1. And another little technique for taking these, maybe we have this slanted kind of office building with different antennas. Again, I'll just take this first stack, move it out, scale it up a bit, and then on this one, I'll put a taper deformer from up here. So I'll grab taper, make it a child of this stack, and then on the taper deformer, do fit to parent, and we can see if we turn up the strength, it's going to curve it, but that looks too cartoony, so we can take down the curvature. And now we have a third type of building, all in this little system of buildings, all from this one little technique that only took a couple minutes to set up and put together. Now, this is a really good start to a city, and one little extra bonus tip on building this together, we'll just call this building 3, is that my building 1, my office building, and my building 3
it.